Welcome back to another seed development log. So before I begin, I'm going to apologize. I've been a bit too busy this week and haven't really had the chance to record anything until now. I know I normally do these logs on Monday, but I think with the way things are going, I'm going to push them off to, or not push them off, but I'm going to take care of them on Friday as compared to Monday, which will give me a little bit extra time to get things wrapped up and more time in the day to actually get this recorded, because every other day I've got way too much going on. So yeah, sorry I didn't give any heads up this week, but as of now the schedule is every Friday at 8 at night. Still subject to change, but I'll still try to be getting something out every week. So I'll go pull up what I've managed to do now. It may not look like much, but that's because everything here is done. Everything here is a structural change with the addition of a couple animations. So if I set this playing, they just have to notice each other. They're facing a little bit weirdly when they walk. I'm gonna have to take a look at that. Ooh, that one's walking. Okay, it's running. See that quick slash attack? And now they're going into the normal slow blocks and attacks. I've changed it, so instead of one attack, there's weighted attacks with conditions. So that quick slash only triggers if the attacking character is running, and when the attack happens, the character stops running and just goes into normal combat. But that's the only way to get it to trigger. Otherwise, it's just the standard attack that exists. This allows me to implement multiple attack patterns and various conditions for them, along with weighting them. For example, while running, I believe there's an 80% chance of doing that run swing, which I need to like reanimate. Doesn't look very good. There's like an 80% chance of that, and then a 20% chance of a normal attack. Each one can deal different amounts of damage at different amounts of effects, or different effects in general, and they all have their own separate properties. So if I go ahead and turn this off, I'll show you what the object looks like, just for the sake of doing so. I realized I have a lot of scripts now. This is a lot of scripts. I probably should organize them, but lazy. Okay. An AI attack. You know what, I'll just show you what they look like in the resources. AI, actions. This should be the normal attack. Alright. So it simply looks like this. It's just a bunch of fields. This one determines the attack pattern. For example, right now, an AI can have 5 roles. They have a close attacker, a far attacker, a defender, a support, and a healer. The close attacker will try to get up and close to the enemy and deal as much damage as possible, and that's its main focus. The far attacker will stay further back, but focus on dealing as much damage as possible. The defender tries to get itself between the enemy and like far attackers of the party, along with attempting to draw attention away from those, or get all the local enemies focused on them and nobody else. The support will ensure that everyone in the local group has all of their available buffs, and the healer will monitor health and heal accordingly. The close and far attackers will try to, the close attacker will get up and close and personal with the enemy, same with the defender. The far attacker will try to stay somewhere in the party, probably towards one of the edges as compared to the center, and then the support and the healer take positions in the center relative to the enemy. For example, the support might position itself like slightly further back in the cluster and the healer a little bit further forward. That way they have access to healing everyone who needs it. If there's a gap or like distance, the healer will try to place itself so that it can get to the majority of people as quick as it can. And if there are multiple healers, they'll split themselves up so they can deal with different sections of the group. I don't intend for these calculations to take place constantly, as that'll be likely very draining, but like every couple of seconds they'll readjust who they need to be between. Currently none of these actually do anything, and it's just a mental note for myself for when I actually do the implementation, but it's just a result of that. So if I go pull up the leap attack, you'll notice the weight is 4. Or I'm sorry, the run attack. You'll notice the weight is 4. If I go back to the normal attack, its weight is 1. So when it's not running, the total chance is just 1. Or the total weight is 1, which means this will always happen. When it is running, though, this has 4 and the other has 1, which means the total weight is 5, this is 4, so 4/5 of the time it'll do a run attack. The conditions determine whether or not it works. So for example, all of these, or in this case, all of the, just the single condition has to be fulfilled for this attack to be included in the list. It'll only trigger if the AI is running. This will trigger at all times due to the none. I can then pick an animation and a time. Delay is how varied it is in recovery time. So like not all attacks take the exact same amount of time. Some take a little bit longer to recover from. So this is a 35% boost, which sounds like a lot, but they're also quicker attacks, so it won't change too much. The larger ones will probably have a smaller margin. I can also create objects with the attacks. It spawns forces an object to spawn. Generally, it's just like a damage physic or something like that. Eventually, I will be putting an effects thing in here. I don't think I actually... Yeah, I didn't implement effects yet. So what I'll also be able to do is create these AI attack action things from the spell objects and stick those on a character. So it'll read those and create an attack pattern from them, given like the distance and the damage and other like the things that it spawns, which should allow an AI to be able to cast things the player can. I believe, no, I'll just go over this quickly. Momentum means that during the attack, if the AI is hit, do they continue the attack? If they do, then no matter what happens, no matter how much damage they take, even if they get hit by something that causes stagger, nothing happens. They continue their attack. For example, the normal attack, as compared to the run attack, does not have momentum. If they get hit while doing the attack, they will stagger. Range is just the attack range. And then I'll go over to the leap one for now. Oh, I didn't actually turn this... Oh, I never actually built this one. Oh yeah, I built it on my laptop, not this thing. So yeah, forced move and forced rotation. There is a move category on, or a motion category on here. What this will do is allow the AI to move, currently only works forward, but forward at certain speeds with time. So, forced move means that instead of the AI adjusting itself, it'll follow the motion variable. So with the leap attack, the AI is just going to leap straight forward, which means I will have forced move and forced rotation on so that it's locked into the direction it's facing and jumps straight ahead and doesn't vary at all. Otherwise it would like turn midair and things would get a little weird. Let's see. I actually don't think I have much else to show. I don't think I did anything to the AI itself. Added a couple extra actions in the list, but there really isn't much different. Oh yeah, there's an actions list here, and this will determine what the AI can do. So whenever it's told to attack, it looks through its list of actions and decides which one it's going to use. I think it currently breaks if it's null, so there has to be a normal attack in there. Even if the attack doesn't do anything, it just has to be there. I'll work around that at some point. Not the biggest issue. There's also the current attack that it's using, which is used to trigger motion and such. The previous things, like the animation and such, the delays, a lot of these will eventually be removed, but until I get around to it, they'll exist. They're just kind of deprecated. Like this entire section here can probably be removed because this is for the attack specifically. and the attacks are now actions. I believe I will make blocks an action too at some point, just for the sake of making things easy. Although then again, if there's really just a standard block and then like a magic block, I probably don't need to. I might just work it into the AI. I don't know. I'll figure that out. That'll be easy enough to implement though, because in the actions I did have I did put in a reduction category. Where is it? Reduction. Here we go. The reduction is the amount of damage reduced from 0 to 100% on a scale of 0 to 1, with like 1 being 100% reduction and such. The angle is the angle that the attack has to be coming in from relative to the way the character is facing to actually get the required reduction. I don't think there's much else to show. I think I've covered everything there is this week. As I said, it wasn't really too much, but it did require a lot of time to rework the AI. I've been working on it for like at least a week or two, trying to adjust this thing. I didn't give much mention of it over the last like 2 weeks because there wasn't anything to show. It was a bit of theory crafting and light fiddling, and then making a lot of the classes before putting them into this, putting them into Unity. I had to port them over from a different computer. So yeah, I don't think I have anything else to show. Next week I still have it marked for AI logic. I do want to try to get all of that stuff done. So for now, don't expect anything huge. It's just I'm going to be spending a bit of time trying to get the AI up to where it should be. Until then, though, I might have to keep extending this. I have no idea. It all goes by how much work I have to get done, which is kind of unfortunate, but I guess that's how it's going to have to be. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you again next week, except Friday this time, Friday at 8. So yeah, I guess that's that.